Welcome back, folks. I'm going to show you, I made about 5 movie clips and I'm collaging it together to show you the sound level noise while driving around car vlogging. And I'll show you the difference between each type of, like from the camera to, let's say, a shotgun mic to a long stereo cable from the camera to your shirt. See how that sounds. And I'll end up with the Rode wireless mics. And then I'm also going to show you the difference with, if I go to the A6100, on most of my car vlogging, I've been using this tripod. I was using this last night just to prove a point. Now, this one is very flimsy. You can move the camera around. So it's really not tight. It's plastic. I don't recommend it. Not even for vlogging. Because if you go for vlogging, you can stretch it out all the way. And that's a long stick to hold. And then you have weight at the end. It's very difficult. And then when you're holding it, it has this little part where you can, I guess, record, take shots, whatever. I've never used it. So I usually just hold it like this. But the thing is, it's very flimsy. So I always push this back. That way it's more stable. But still, with your arm kind of like halfway straight, it's okay. But, you know, for walk vlogging, when you're vlogging with this, it's okay. For a tabletop, I would recommend this because it's sturdy. But this video is also going to show about the jelly effect that I've been getting in car vlogging. So what I've noticed is as closer to the engine you are with the tripod, and the distance is not that far, you get more of a jelly effect. You still get some jelly effects with this, but it is higher. So I had it something like this. But you don't want to make it too high, because what happens then is it'll get top heavy and then it'll tip over. So anyhow, in my Volkswagen Bug, I got a well, what I call a well, where you can see the dash, you know, the miles per hour, the fuel, all the warning lights and stuff. So it's like a circle. And then I have on the air conditioner a center part where it's for the radio console, whatever, air conditioning vents. So when you put this down, I have a vent, and then these two are on the, it's kind of like this. So the well goes like that. So this is stable here, it's stable here because there's an edge. And then of course the camera's going like this, make it level so you can see outside the front windshield. I love this, but I was getting a lot of jelly effect. And that's because it's too close to the car. If you look at the size, and I think I had it about this height. That's how much difference. And then if I put it down to the side, so I see I had to push that down. You can look at the distance. So you see, it's about another 6 inches up. Less jelly effect. So the two tests I was doing, one was the jelly effect while driving around, but I was only going 15 miles an hour, so I wasn't driving around like the highway or anything. And the other one was the different microphones that I'm using, you know, farther away, closer. And then when I had this on the camera, so it was facing back to me to begin with. Then I switched the cable out, and then I had the camera tucked into my shirt. The microphone tucked into my shirt, and the 3-foot cable to the camera. So with this, when I turned it on, the cat hair, I guess what they call it, keeps coming off. So when I was using the ZVE10, it had its own cat hair. So I used that first. Then I used this. Then this with the long cable with a microphone in my shirt. And then the Rode wireless mic. So if this kept coming off, all I do is I put in a handkerchief, after I turn it on, unfold it, put it upside down, do it like that, and just put it in my pocket. And it took away most of the car noise. Remind you, I was only driving 15 miles an hour, and I had the air conditioner down low. When I'm driving, I have it on high. So, but still, I did a good job in muffling. So now I'm going to show you 4 quick videos of the different tests that I was doing, and you can hear the complaints also. Okay, this is voice out of the camera. It has the little rabbit ear or hair or wind muffler on. I'm turning on the engine. I'm recording this. Turning on the air conditioning. Now I got a new tripod, so I'm just going to drive around a little bit. Try to get it cool in here. Just backing up. I just want to see the stabilization. So this one is a little taller desktop tripod, okay? I'm trying to get it straight. I got the 50 millimeter on here. I don't see any wavy stuff. So before, the tripod I was using, the Manfrotto one, which is not as tall as this one, seemed to be pretty good. Now this one, this camera is a little bit loose, and I'm trying to get it where it's straight, but it doesn't hit the dashboard. And I'm tightening down so it doesn't move, but I still see some jerkiness. So, but I always wanted to know if this would do it. I don't see the jelly effect. Well, we'll see after I post this video. So I'm at 1/125 shutter speed, 2.5 on the, yeah, now I'm going to 1.8. Okay. The EVIT or exposure, is that 0? No, it's at 1.3. Okay, so let's see. 1.7, 1.0, 0.7. Alright, so if I have it at 0, it's 2. F.2.2, F2. So it automatically figures that. It's at ISO 1000. Shutter speed is 1/125. So if I scroll down again, so I'm at 1.8, it's a +3, +7.7, 1, f1 point, and that's at ISO 1600. So that's different. If I do a 1.3, it's at 2000, 1.7, 2500. Interesting, 3200. Do I need to go any higher? So I'm going to go down all the way to 1000, and when at F2, F2.2, 2.8, that's a -7, 0.7. So I don't want to do that. I'm trying to figure out how these settings work on this camera. So at 0 it's 2.0. If I do a +3 it's 1.8. So let's try that for now. So we're going to drive around. I'm looking for shakiness. I'm also looking to see if it gets blurry in and out. Okay, so he just keeps doing that. So that's not good. So let's go to 1.8. I'm at +1. Drive around. You see now, you see a little shutter and stuff. It's at 6400. So it's stuttering, okay? I don't want that. So if I move it down, I'm at 1.8. Is this better? I'll tell you one thing, the camera is crooked. Is that better? So the tripod is kind of flimsy, okay? But I'm seeing the focus go in and out, in and out, in and out. I don't like that. As I get to light, it's in focus, but if I turn right and go to a dark street, where, you know, they got the house lights on, which is good. The only thing I don't like is it's blocking the view pretty much. So I'm at 4K 30. That's as fast as this can go. Can't do a 4K 60 like the R7. And I'm trying to see if I get that jelly effect. So it might have been the tripod just too low to the dashboard, which gave me the jelly effect. If that's the case, then it's the tripod. But this tripod is too tall. And if a police officer came around seeing me doing this, I get a ticket. So there's two reasons why I'm doing this. One is for the joystick, and the other one is for the sound. So I'm driving around, seeing how shaky it is. I think the stabilization is on. I see a police car. You know, when I look in between the houses out of the neighborhood. So they have a police car on Lookout Road. So they're out. Well, it's only Saturday night, Sunday morning. I still see some cars out. But you see? Can you see that? Yeah. So, if you can see that, and I'm driving toward it, that's pretty good. I go like this. Yeah, now you can see the flashing. So I don't know what's going on out there. So what I'm going to do is try different stuff for the sound. So this is one short video. I'm going to try the ceremonic after this, see how that sounds, and then the Rode wireless mic after this. All on this tripod, just to see if I can get rid of the jelly effect and see if it's doing good. So this is 140 shutter speed, f1.8. The exposure compensation is at 0. ISO is at 6400. How does it look? Looks pretty good. I don't see any noise, but you got to remember the LCD is not that good. The nice thing about it is I know I'm recording. Things are basically in focus. My neighbor says, "What's he doing up at midnight driving around?" Because there's no traffic and I can do these tests. And my computer is updating to the new Apple update. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the recording stuff. So anyway, this is the first test. See no jelly effect. So I'll end this recording and then change the sound. I'm back. Now, you know what? I'm going to turn off the air conditioning. So the voice will be better. I'll drive around again. Got it pointing down. I don't know, but it's now at 4.5 ISO 500. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna change the go back to 1.8. It's staying at 2.2 for some reason. Why is that? Let me go back up a little bit. Yep, just staying at 2 now. I don't know why it's doing that. 160, 125. The way this camera is set up, I don't know. But anyhow, let's go log in again. I'm trying to be as careful as possible. And it's wobbling. And I'm also going to move it up a little bit. So, you can see a little stuttering. That f1.8. Now I'm going to move it again to, let's see if I can, I can crop it in. Look at that. So now, the nice thing about this camera, I can do that stuff. You'll see a little noise, so I can go backwards. I'm using the Ceramonic, so I'm using the whole width of the 50 millimeter. And I'm going to drive around just a little bit like I did before. So I know you're hearing my voice. I turn off the air conditioner so I can get the best quality out of this mic. But the thing like the rabbit ear, okay, or the wind muff that came with this camera, does it do a good job? I think this camera records all the sounds in the car. So I'm driving around. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner at the lowest setting so I can stay cool. Because it gets warm in this car. It's 86 degrees outside. It's almost 12:30 at night. And as you can see, it's pretty good, but this tripod I wouldn't trust because it's high, but you're not getting the jelly effect. And what I'm going to do, 1.8, see, lower, I'm right at 0, it's 1.8. 2.0. See, I'm going to go back to 0, right where it was supposed to be. Let's see if I can do that. Nope, it's not changing. I just don't like the Sony settings. And you know, it's just acting weird. Now it's recording. I don't know if I hit the display or what. Let's do it again. Yeah, okay, I did hit this display. I'm going to change that again. And one more time. Alright, that's the one I want to see. So anyway, I've given up on the that part. I'm going to bring it on 2. I'm going to bring it down here also. In fact, that's just the outside air, so I'm going to turn on the air conditioning. I'm going to put it on defrost, because that way air goes on the dash and it still cools the car. So how does my voice sound? I know you can hear me, but you're also picking up the camera noise or the car noise. So this is round 2. I got a surprise for you. So anyhow, go back to my house. So I'll have 4 video clips of doing this. I'm not going to mess with the camera settings again, because I can't see, for one thing, on what I'm touching. I know I should hit that different dials, but I can't remember which one is which. So anyhow, driving very slowly, about 15 miles an hour. Just looking, you'll probably see some noise. Sorry about that. It's just basically the sound test and the tripod to see if I can get rid of the jelly effect on this camera. If that's the case, then that's the problem. So anyhow, round 3 coming up. Be back. So it's at 2.2 now. I'm not going to mess with the settings. Got the air conditioner off. I moved the ceramic mic. Right next to my throat. I got a 6-foot microphone cable, or 3-foot I should say. So you see it, look at this. Why is it, there we go, it got clear. I think the problem is backing up, and then you get different pictures, or it gets out of focusing. So I'm driving down here again, join the camera, driving very slowly. Just driving around the neighborhood. No traffic so far. I see no jelly effect. I'm looking for centering too. And you notice that the camera tilts a little bit here and there. So I had another video of this stuff where it's not very good with the tripod. Tripod keeps tilting this way, that way. That's why I like the Manfrottos, but apparently it's too, it's a good height. I can see most of the window, and it's a lot lower than this, but I've noticed that with the tripods being lower, you get that jelly effect. So I try to point it above the dashboard and the windshield wipers, so you don't give the mirage or basically the seasickness. You know how the boat rises above the water and then goes down? So that's what you're getting. So I was just I'm testing out 2 things. One is the picture quality, focus, see how this camera does on automatic, and how it performs at night. So it's at 150 shutter, f1.8, ISO 6400, and the exposure compensation 0. So it looks good, but I'm driving very slow, so no traffic is around. And how does my voice sound? So anyhow, if the camera is moving, it's because of the mount on the top of the tripod. It's cheap plastic. It's basically, I think, for a cell phone. So I don't have the contraption. I'm just putting on the lightest camera I have, which is the ZV-E10. There you have it. So how does it sound? A lot better than the camera? A lot better than a rabbit ear, or I should say the wind muffler. I want to call it a rabbit's foot, but it's not a rabbit's foot. Okay, so this is part 3, part 4 coming up. No jelly effect, that's good. So talk to you in a little bit. Okay, here we go again. This is the last test. Yeah, I'll move it up there. Okay, got the air conditioner off. I'm using the Rode wireless mic. It's recording. Backing up one last time. And I'm going to go the other way. Okay. I'm going to point the camera up. There we go. That's better. So, how does my voice sound? A lot better? Now, I got the USB-C plugged into the camera, hoping to keep it charged. So I don't know if the battery lasts. I don't know if it depletes a little bit at a time. So anyhow, that's what's going on. This is going to be a quick trip anyway. I'm just looking at the same thing. So the clarity of the night. I just had a sneaking suspicion that if it was too close to the dash, because I had a towel down one time and it stopped it. The wavy mirage effect, or the jelly effect. But then the tripod fell over because there's nothing really to grip because the towel was moving. So I went back to the small tripod. Now I was looking at the stuff for the windshields, okay? But I hate doing that with a camera because, you know, in this Texas heat, I have something mounted on plastic to hold my cell phone, and it's not sticking anymore. So I tried glue, water, just the suction's not taking hold. And I was looking at other contraptions, but it would take too long to order. So I'm still stuck with the old stuff. But anyway, I'm trying something new. Just driving around the neighborhood. So I've already put up 3 videos. I'll put this on the studio, Mac Studio. It's working great, by the way. I've been using the living room studio. I tried to add a 5th camera to it and it just wouldn't do it. So that's one of the reasons why I went to the Mac Studio. I've had 7 cameras hooked up to that system and it's unreal. But then my ZV-10 gave out and I said, well, you know what, I better back up. So I got 4 cameras on that. I got 4 cameras on the living room studio. Office studio has 4, so they're all APS-C. And the office, I got the ZV-30 as the main one that I usually look into and talk to. I got the overhead one on the A6100 Sony on the boom arm, to show off products. I got the one puppy cam, which is the ZFC, and then I got another ZFC with the small rig L grip with the handle for that ZFC for looking at the TV. So if I want to do some gaming, I can show that off. But and I have the 40 millimeter on there, which makes it 60 millimeter. And I have the 28 millimeter on the other ZFC, which is a 42 millimeter. They're full frame lenses, but with the 1.5 crop, that's what happens. And on the Nikon, I have the 35 millimeter f1.8 S-line. So I'm back home. The test is over. And the camera is a little bit crooked. Sorry about that. See, I got a center pedestal, and that's what happens. That's why I don't like using this tripod. So, end of the testing. I'll put all these files together and I'll give you the results. Later. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy the video. It's just showing you the different methods that I use to figure out what works, what doesn't work. I hope these videos are helpful for you, help you to make the right choices on the gear. Now, I use a lot of gear. Sometimes I discard, sometimes I find something better. Like, for example, adding this camera right here, 5th camera in the office studio. And this is the A7C with the 24 millimeter f2.8. And this gives you a wide field of view. Just to show you, like if I was vlogging, I would be about maybe this far out. And with the ZV-10, they have a little switch on there where it goes from wide to tight. And you can, and then if you're cropping, so you want it as wide as possible. If not, then you bring it in as, yourself in a little bit closer, but you still get a wider field of view. So here's a close-up. It's not too bad. A little bit small, I'm going to try the 40 millimeter on here also. But this is a full frame lens. Just showing you that how easy it is to add a camera to the Ecamm Live program. Now they do have a better version, and they're always doing updates and stuff like that. But I like staying with the standalone program. Let the other people worry about the updates or the beta testing and let them crash on them. I want a stable platform where I just turn it on. I know which camera is where. Select. It does an excellent job on the videos. It compresses the file tremendously. I stress do it in MP4. H.264 is fine. I think they have a center for H.265, but I find that that causes trouble in YouTube. So anyhow, like I said, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and any questions, just leave it in the comment below. As always, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, bye.